Hey y'all, another video. So, I'll tell you a little story. There's a certain weapon I've always wanted, but I never bought it. And the reason why I never bought it is because the price tag was too high. Okay, it's an iconic weapon. It's got years of history under it since the 1960s. Now, we're going to start this off. I'm not an expert. I don't know a damn thing about it. Sorry, but I don't. I'm a newbie. So, go find experts. Don't listen to me about the interest, the little good, the bad, and the different of it. Okay. All right. So, but I will tell you a story and why I fell in love with it. I was a young man, was just a boy, and my family that was in service at the time, I had an opportunity, and I was given that. I was handed a weapon that was just the oddest duck. It was the oddest thing. It was select fire, and when I threw that switch all the way down and I pressed the trigger to the rear and that went pop, 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 I was done. I loved that thing. Now naturally, you can't get one unless you are a lot of money and a lot of lawyers and all that mess. But anyhow, so for years I would bypass them. They would come out with like, hey, it's coming back. Don't care, I'm not paying that much money for them. Hey, another company, they're making them. Don't care, I'm not paying that much money because they're expensive. Well, it seems like now the price is still too high, but it wasn't high enough for me not to get it. So, here goes. The weapon I'm talking about is made by Century Arms, or it's sold through Century Arms. It's the AP5P. Now this is the bare bones version of it. And what you get is a box. It actually has padding in it, which is pretty cool. You get a manual. You get one standard magazine. And da-da-da-da, you get the pistol. So, not very sure about many things about this weapon. I am a noob. I've shot them before, but shooting them and really knowing about them is two different things. So this will be a multi-part on the. There's a hair right in my eye. This will be a multi-part on this particular weapon. It will only be about this weapon and not the plethora of others. Okay. But as you can see, it's a standard MP5-ish MP5 clone. It has the castle rear sight. It has enclosed front sight. I don't have the sight tool. It didn't come with it. It is 3-lug mountable, and it is threaded. Standard hook for the German G hooks. Has a swivel in the back. I will be doing a couple things different to this. I won't say what it is, but as time goes on, we will be showing that. What do I think of it so far? It's pretty. That's it. It's pretty. It's a weapon that I have always wanted. I know some people that have a lot more knowledge about this than I do, and they love them or they absolutely are disgusted with them. I do not think, I'll go ahead and put my 2 cents worth into this. I think this weapon ranks right up there with the history of the 1911, and that the 1911 is a obsolete firearm. It's outdated. There's better out there. If you own a 1911, guess what? Every gun I own is a 1911. I don't own any other weapon but a 1911 except for a SIG P320. And the only reason why I bought that is because I just realized that I am like maybe 35 days away from retirement, and I won't have a sidearm. And I'm not carrying my 1911s because they're too valuable to me. You know, that little guy Gollum, they're precious. Well, they're precious to me. Terrible, I know, but I did with a southern accent, so thumbs up. Anyhow, it is in the K model, meaning short, which is what I wanted. I do believe, like I said, I believe this is an outdated model. This is an outdated system. There's better out there. And I do not think they're worth the money that people pay for them. That's my opinion. Your mileage may vary. I will not, unless I get mad, I will not SBR this. This is going to remain a pistol. So I'm probably going to, well, the first thing that's going to be on here to replace will be, I'll be putting a brace on there for my arm. I've tried it with a sling, like punching it out, and it kind of sucks. So, my goal is to have a brace. My goal is to replace the handguard with a handguard that allows me to mount a light. My goal is to put a claw in here, and I want to change the safety, because it's one of those safeties that you have to kind of like do this. You got to turn to get your hand on the safety. Everything's stiff on it because it's not been shot. I haven't had time to shoot it yet. I don't have a sighting tool either, which is what I want to get also. So little bits and pieces I'll be picking up as I go along. So a really simple video. I guess I'm part of the AP5 nut jobs now, but I always wanted one. And at the time, it was the most superior submachine gun on the block. I don't know about a personal defense weapon. However, it is an obsolete weapon. I think it's obsolete for police. I think it's obsolete for military. I don't think it's obsolete for civilians. As a matter of fact, I think a fully automatic weapon like this in every home is probably the smart thing to do. That's my opinion, and the anti-gunners don't like that. I wish to take classes on how to operate this weapon effectively, safely, learn control, learn the nuances of it, learn the do's and the don'ts, why this will do that, why that won't do this. I know that there's some counterweight issues also, especially when if this is going to be like a dedicated suppressed weapon. You may have some cycling issues. I don't know the whole internet ins and outs about it yet. So once again, I'm learning. I ain't got time to read a book on it yet. I shall be getting a book, but it's going to be something, you know, MP5 for idiots guide kind of thing right now, because my hours are too long. Got to pay the bills. But overall, on the look of the gun, it looks really good. The trigger pack, the trigger housing, very nice. I believe, I was told now, so everybody chime in on what you look. I believe this is the Navy, what they call the Navy trigger pack, or the Navy grip, or whatever. Of course, it has the two It has the two selectors, 0 and 1. I don't see any bad marks on this from the welds. Looks very nice. The coating on here is very nice, or the paint job, whatever you want to call it. Feels really good. It's like I said, it's stiff because it's not being used. I bought this new. Paid too much money for it, but I didn't pay the kind of money that was prior or previous. So, you AP5 guys, if you come across this and you have knowledge, please share, because we all don't know everything. And, knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. Be back directly, y'all.